property, no access to property.
Good evening. This is a meeting of the Township Committee, November 21st, 2016. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice that this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Star Ledger, the Independent, and the Trooper Times, and by posting at the Middletown Township Municipal Building and filing with the Township Clerk all on January 7th, 2016. Committeeman Maselli.
Here.
Committeewoman Murray. Committeeman Sanbrino.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Bury.
Here.
Mayor Schaffner.
Here.
Please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item on tonight's agenda, we have a presentation recognizing the Middletown Library and receipt of the 2016 Asbury Park Press Reader's Choice Award. At this time, I'd like to invite Kim Rinaldi, the library director, and David Seavich, our board member, to please come forward.
Getting the balance every year. Oh, yeah. That's great. There's probably not anybody in this town, but maybe one or two out there who've never been to the library. So if you have been there, you know exactly why they're slammed up year after year to be the #1 library. I know I spend regular time there at the Landmarks Commission meeting. I was there for a couple of public hearings we had there, so it really is a multi-use facility. I've never been there when there wasn't a crowd going in and out, so it really is one of the best utilized facilities we have in town, and it doesn't happen by accident. There are other libraries in Monmouth County, but ours typically stands out, and it really is a credit to the staff, the library board, and everybody who did so much effort into making it the #1 library in this town. So, you want to add anything to?
I just want to reiterate that if you have not attended the library, if you don't have a library card, please do so. We have so many wonderful resources for not just books. We have e-books, we have resources for research, we have ancestry resources. We also just launched Flipster, which is an online magazine thing for Kindle or iPad. So we have so many resources, not just books, movies, video games, just about anything you can think of. So please, if you don't have a library card, please come on in. Okay. And thank you for your support.
And to commemorate this, we have a certificate. The certificate is awarded to Middletown Township Library by the Middletown Township Committee in recognition of being voted one of the best in the 2016 Asbury Park Press Reader's Choice Awards. We thank the library director and the board of trustees for making our library an award-winning facility year after year. Congratulations on the job well done. That's part of the show. Stand. Come on, Dave.
Next item on tonight's agenda, we have certificates of appreciation and proclamations. Our first item, proclamation recognizing December 2016 as National Impaired Driving Prevention Month for the record.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something as a member of the Middletown Municipal Alliance, that this is something that is, is a great equalizer out there. When people drive impaired, we get these stats every month from the police department, and it's really eye-opening. And everybody knows about the traffic stops that they have regularly, that they legally have to advertise, and everybody scratches their head, like, where's the enforcement there? But believe me, they catch a lot of people driving under the influence, and now we have some legislators who are bent on legalizing pot in New Jersey, which will only make it that much worse. Every state that this has been done has seen a spike in DUI, so it's a never-ending battle to really fight this and keep people safe from people driving under the influence. Thank you.
Our next proclamation is recognizing November 26th as Small Business Saturday. At this time, our next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes. We have minutes from September 6, 2016 executive session, September 6, 2016 workshop meeting, and the September 19, 2016 regular meeting.
Move for approval.
Second.
Committeeman Masell.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Schaffner.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve minutes. The next item on tonight's agenda, we have introduction of proposed ordinance 2016-3182, an ordinance authorizing additional authorized street names honoring veterans.
Yeah, okay. I just want to make one note, one correction there. Some of the names got combined of veterans' names and streets to be named.
All right, so the only two names that should be part of the ordinance are Graves and Meehan.
Right.
All the rest of the streets that are in that introduced ordinance are already named streets. It was the part. So I don't know if we need to reintroduce this another time, Tony, or we can just make him amendment now, or right?
So the only names would then be
Graves
Graves
and Meehan.
All the rest of those are already named streets. They just got.
And they will be getting veteran street signs.
Okay. So you want to move to amend?
Yeah, can we introduce as amended? Okay.
Second.
Committeeman Masell.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Schaffner.
Yes.
Motion carries to introduce ordinance 2016-3182 as amended. A public hearing will be held December 19, 2016. Next item on tonight's agenda, we have a consent agenda, which would include resolution 16-251 through 16-267, including bingo and raffle applications and volunteer firefighter applications.
Move for adoption?
Committeeman Masell.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Schaffner.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt the consent agenda. Next, we have the Township Committee acting as the ABC issuing authority. We have resolution 16-268, a resolution authorizing person-to-person transfer of plenary retail consumption license number 1331-33-022-004, Lincroft Inn.
Move for adoption?
Second.
Committeeman Masell.
Yes.
Committeeman Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Fiore.
Yes.
Mayor Schaffner.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt resolution 16-268. This time we have Township Committee comments.
Okay, Mr. Masell.
Thank you, Mayor. Just two quick things tonight. First off, I want to congratulate you, Mayor, and Committeeman Sedambrino on your great win on Election Day. Great day for Middletown. And just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Sedambrino.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a couple of quick items. I want to thank our opponents in the election. They ran a great race, and I appreciate running against them both, and I think that I look forward to the opportunity to serve the people of Middletown for the next 3 years. A couple other items. One, I did have the opportunity to participate in the Veterans Day Parade. It was a great day. I know the pace, Mayor, was a little brisk for us all that day, but it was a great parade. It was a great turnout, and I'll share a quick story with you. I asked my wife and my kids to meet me at the end of the parade. I needed a way to get back to my car at the beginning of the parade. And my kids really, they're 5, and they really enjoyed all the loud trucks, all of our hearing was done by the end of the parade. They enjoyed it, and they said, Dad, they said, you know what the best part of the parade was? I said, what was that? Because they had just finished up Halloween. They said, look, we stood in one place, and everybody threw candy at us. We didn't have to go door to door. So that was the best part for them, but they really enjoyed it, and it's a good way for everyone to understand all the sacrifices that all the servicemen and women made for us to have the freedoms that we enjoy today. The next item is I'm glad to have participated in the groundbreaking for the new turf field at Croydon Hall, and the mayor and Deputy Mayor will speak a little more on that as a testament to the Shared Services Committee and the ability for us to work with the Board of Education to implement projects that benefit the entire town. And the last item that I'll leave everyone with is from my family to yours, have a great and healthy and happy and safe Thanksgiving. So that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Mr. Fiore.
Thank you, Mayor. One additional thing, and then I'll probably repeat a lot of my colleagues there who covered most of my comments this evening, but congratulations to the library and the trustees and the director that are here tonight, and just a great testament to the great facility that they run for our community. And I know it's no easy lift to be a trustee, and just want you to know from my perspective, and I'm sure my colleagues would agree, we really appreciate all that you do in making the Middletown Township Public Library the best that it could be and that it is. So I've had the pleasure of serving on that committee. I know Mr. Van Ness serves as the mayor's designee, and it's a testament to all the hard work and dedication of our trustees and our staff at the library. So congratulations to you on a well-deserved award. I also, this is my congratulatory tour here, but I share the sentiment of my colleague, Committeeman Massell, in congratulating my 2 colleagues, Mayor Scharfenberger and Committeeman Senabrino, on their re-election. A wonderful re-election by you both, a great campaign that you both ran, and I look forward to continuing to serve with you, and never had a doubt that I'd be congratulating you tonight. So congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
And with respect to the turf field, I mean, we did that groundbreaking a week or 2 ago, and it is something that is not just, I don't look at this specifically as a shared service agreement or a turf field, you're building a turf field, but what does that say? I mean, I look at this as a complete culmination of where we've come and where we continue to improve upon our facilities for our recreational youth. And I think that's so very important as a father of not only 2 athletes, but who one plays soccer and one doesn't, but also for all of the athletes in town and all of our school community who get to utilize all of our facilities. And we've made some tremendous strides, not only with the field improvements at Croydon and Nut Swamp, but also within different parks, different baseball fields, different improvements at Lincroft, MTT Park, and McMahon and the like. So thank you to our staff and to all who continue to see our vision in making Middletown an even better place for our youth, because the youth is so important to the future of our town. So very proud to be part of that. I know that our work is not done, and we will continue to do more. And, finally, just wanted to also take a second on behalf of my family to wish everyone in Middletown here in attendance and to the township a very happy Thanksgiving. So thank you, Mayor. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Just a couple of things. Many of you may have noticed a lot of activity around the mall at New Monmouth and Route 35. I had the good fortune to do the ribbon cutting of the new TJ Maxx, which opened up about, I guess it was 2 weeks or a week ago, Sunday. And 7:30 in the morning, there was a line of probably about 200 people waiting to get in. I don't get shopping to begin with, certainly not at 7:30 in the morning. But it was fantastic. A lot of the people I knew who were working there, a lot of retirees and younger people. So there are job opportunities, but it's certainly to revitalize that whole shopping center there. And that's something we really want to emphasize as much as possible, is to reuse the existing before building new. So this is really a win-win on so many levels. And I know some of the other businesses, because I hear it, I get my hair cut and Supercuts and buy bagels in the bagel store. The construction is really interrupting life as they knew it. But when the smoke clears, it's really going to be a showplace. It really is smack dab in the middle of the town. And everybody passes it at some point during the week. So to have that completely renovated and getting a facelift, we hope will have a ripple effect on some of the other properties in town. The Veterans Day Parade was magnificent. I'll just point out that the weather couldn't have been better, and I think that was part of the reason for the great turnout along the way. It was just great. It's one of those real Middletown traditions that means so much, means more, in fact, than the average parade. And to see some of the veterans, we even had one or two of the World War II vets certainly driving in the Grand Marshal's car. But it was really good to see them, and the turnout at the VFW. They always do a tremendous job, and it really is a great reminder for us, for what we all enjoy here. And it was the timing couldn't have been better, because it was 2 days before the election, and every one of those veterans had a hand in protecting the rights that we exercise on that Tuesday. And boy, did people exercise that right. I went to every polling place in town, and I heard the same thing over and over again. I've never seen it so busy. There were lines at the door at 6 o'clock in the morning, which is a great thing. And, for whatever the reason, people were really energized this year. And it was good to see so many people come out. A lot of first-timers there. I could see people explaining how the system operated to people who came out for the first time. And hopefully it won't be the last time. On a little bit more somber note, I don't know if you've heard on the news, but in the last 24 hours, there have been 4 police shootings across the country, all ambush style. And we recently had an event at High School South before one of the football games. It was a tremendous event, thanking the police and showing our appreciation for everything they do and all the sacrifice they made. And I think it becomes even that much more important when events like this happen. What we did, we have the blue line out here along Kings Highway, along Brash Boulevard, and it's a constant reminder that they're out there every day facing danger, that they never know when it will rear its head. And we saw it, unfortunately, during this time of Thanksgiving, 4 times in the last 24 hours. So it really is a very disturbing trend. And with that, I think we covered the groundbreaking at the new field. Very excited about it, and it's going to be another world-class facility in a couple of months. If the weather cooperates, it'll be less. If we have one of those winters we all dread, well, maybe not so much. But with that, I want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully the Redskins will do their part to make it a happy Thanksgiving and knock off the Cowboys. And I guess we're ready for public comment now. Okay, I just want to remind everybody, please keep your comments to 5 minutes and state your name and address for the record.
Can you hear me? I don't even know. My name is Mary Grant. I live at 135 Lindsay Lane in Lincroft. It was my turn to come to the meeting. Actually, it was Marguerite's turn, but then I decided to join her.
You drew the short straw.
I did, because it was perfect timing with the library. Congratulations to the library. We had our annual, the Lincroft Village Green Association had our annual meeting last week, And we hadn't given a community service award in a few years, and we wanted to bring that back, and we thought it was a good year to give the award to a young man who just earned his Eagle Scout Award. His name is Christian DeSantis, and he is the young man who put the free little libraries in several locations around, one of them being Lincroft Green. And I heard that the library periodically would be restocking those free little libraries. So thank you to the people who do that. I love the free little library. And I love the fact that there's one in my home state of Nebraska, and I actually go there and borrow a book from the free little library in Lincoln, and I bring it to one that's here in Middletown, so that's fun. You never know where the book might be from, so that was just a little side note. The reason I wanted to come up here today, though, is as you know, I love the green. I love walking up to the green, and it was put in over 10 years ago now, and there are some issues that have come up, some things that need to be repaired. And so I put together some photographs of some of the damaged areas, the bocce court, just from regular weather and wear and tear, and some snow plowing that happens on 520. There's some damaged Belgian block along the sidewalk, and there are some missing caps on the retaining walls. And we do have a beautification budget for the LVGA, and so I know that once upon a time before I lived here, the green was, put in cooperation with Township and with the original founders of the LVGA. And so we are willing to pay for some of those repairs, because a lot of that beautification was put in because of the residents wanting it there and raising the money for it. So I have a little letter that's addressed to Mr. Mercantante, and I have photographs and an explanation of where the damage is there. And then I also have some proposals that we got from a couple of the local landscaping companies, and there are some landscaping companies who just never return calls. So I have two in there, and you'll be able to figure out which one we would like to use. So I can give that to you so you can look at it.
You can, Mary, just keep in mind, whenever it comes to payments and, we have to be very careful with the town that we follow, it's different for private groups. But anyway, Tony will go over and I guess to speak to Vic, maybe he's the guy that would be best suited for that. And, see, we'll work it out, we really appreciate it, that's great, and that's something that, we certainly encourage, where, we pool our resources to keep everything as polished as
And
possible.
I'm up there enough, a lot of times I'll see the crew up there, and they work diligently, and the weeds got out of control this year. You can't even tell there's supposed to be mulch there. It really needs like a serious rehab, more than just having somebody go in and spray. I know there's a licensed, herbicide guy, but it needs a lot. So you'll see from the pictures. So just want you to know that we'd like to work with you and get it beautiful again.
Great.
Make it safe, because there are some areas that are a little
You can say,
questionable.
you want to make it great again, right?
I want to make it great again, that's great. So that's it.
Yeah. So Mary, you have your contact information, so if we need to get a hold of you in there, okay?
All right, great.
Great, thank you very much.
The email that's on there for the LVGA, that gets to me, we'll use that.
Thank you. All right, is there anybody else who would care to speak? Yes, sir.
Good evening, my name is Don Watson, from Donaldson Drive. I am glad you guys are honoring the library. They do a great job over there. I was wondering when we're going to expand the parking lot over there. Every time I go there, the parking lot's packed. For maybe
lots that are open, it's just you have to go around like a horseshoe to access it.
We've had many conversations with various trustees and administration there as to that parking lot, and
I used to park on the north side of the building all the time and just walk right in.
right,
Doesn't seem like anybody's using that side of the park anymore. And about a year ago, we said we were going.
well, we did, and then we met with the president at the time of the trustees, and the president at the time said, I'm not sure, they would have to do some, we'd have to do some potential work to that side entrance that you mentioned, and the president at the time said that he did not, or the board did not feel at that time that there was a parking issue specifically, so we will readdress it with the trustees to see if there's a parking issue.
All right, because last year,
No, I understand what we said, what we were going to do, but then there was a change of kind of
the
parking.
new director came on board.
Our new director's been there a couple of years now.
Right. And we said we were going to expand the park.
I know what we said, but the trustees have also said a different thing, is what I'm trying to tell you. At least the president of the trustees last year in that conversation.
All right. Thank you. Now that's going to be all about according to all of it. Have you considered reopening the library's branches? A lot of people in the different areas of town would look forward to having those branches reopening.
Well, one of the reasons that we closed the branches was on the recommendation of the former director, but they were so underutilized that it just didn't make financial sense to keep something open that was used so infrequently. I know, and I'll speak for her because she said it publicly, Committeewoman Stephanie Murray was there for hours. She said in one of the branches where not one person came in. So just because you have money to do something with, if it doesn't make financial sense, you don't want to go ahead and just throw the money out the window if you're not getting the return that you should be getting.
Of course. Thank you. I'd also like to get an update on the new municipal center that we're designing. How far along we are with that.
Yes, we're just about completed with the preliminary design, the built floor plans, and we're going out for RFP for construction drawings probably the next month or two.
Great. Something we really need in town here. This building is not safe for us. Well, as far as security.
I agree. Well, not security, but I agree. Definitely in the building.
All right, great. Well, I also I'd like to wish you all happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the games that are coming out.
You too. Thank you.
Great weekend. Thank you.
Okay, young man, I think you have your hand up, right? Okay.
How are you all? I'm Howard Moore. I live at 61 Ocean Avenue in the Ideal Beach community in North Middletown. I currently hold a trustee position on the IBCA board. At our October meeting, some residents brought up the levy assessment mapping process and its progress. There's ongoing concern from the residents of the Ideal Beach community of the increase in flood insurance rates due to FEMA's flood zone remapping which took place. The residents kind of asked us and would like to know what the current actions are being taken, maybe by the township in moving forward with a possible change of designation of the Ideal Beach levy system as a non-accredited levy system to one that meets the FEMA definition of an accredited levy system. With phase one of the hurricane flood damage reduction project in Fort Monmouth now complete and moving to phase two, will these improvements be used to assist in the recertification of the levy system, impacting the Ideal Beach community? And where can we direct the residents of the Ideal Beach community for further information? If you have any, that we appreciate it. And thank you very much for your time on this matter.
Thanks, Howard. Before I turn it over to Ms. Mercatante, I just want to tell you, we've had this discussion before, I think, when I come into the meetings, that this is something that we cannot, for the life of us, understand how these levies are not accredited. when they've worked time after time, most recently with Sandy, the areas where they were in effect, not a drop of water got past them, so why they're not considered, just because they're not built of X, Y, or Z materials and that sort of thing, so that's something that, you're preaching to the choir as far as we agree. Now it's getting the feds to, to revise their definition or their standard for that.
Yeah, Tony, I know you're going to jump in, but I know that post-Sandy, and this is something of great concern to me, and I've been on the public record of saying it many times and have met with many residents of your community. What's wrong with this system is, they took the levy out of the accreditation or whatever years even prior to Sandy, and while we did fight that, dispute that, they went along and did it anyway. And then Sandy comes, and Sandy has tremendous destruction on the course, although not in the ideal beach community because the levees did what they were supposed to do, and the pump station did what it was supposed to do. And we've had great concerns with that, and we brought those concerns to Congressman Pallone in his office, and we brought those concerns to Congressman Smith's office, and we had, some meetings that started to happen, explaining that this neighborhood was kind of in a real issue in so much that you're not getting any mitigation money, you're not getting any ICC money to elevate because you were not damaged, but you're going to be, this is an anomaly. And the last I remember, and Tony, you may have an update, but I'm not sure one exists, they were looking at this LAMP program, they were looking at a new designation because this was unprecedented, and I remember, the last meeting with Congressman Pallone's office was in attendance. I think Congressman Smith's office may have been too. Everybody was on board, and then I believe we went radio silent from FEMA. So Tony, I don't know if it's there.
First of all, the Port Monmouth project is completely separate, so none of that.
It won't affect us.
It won't affect you negatively, but also none of those monies can be used towards the levy that exists.
Understand.
So they're completely separate. But the Army Corps and FEMA held a second meeting, I believe it was earlier this year, at the Middletown Arts Center, bringing in all the various agencies involved, the other towns involved, Union Beach, Keensburg, and went through the stage they were at in terms of their study. One of the things that we learned was that, although they were studying, they have done a lot of work studying the existing conditions of the levee and the existing conditions in terms of ground elevations in the various communities. They hadn't at that time at all factored in the benefit of the pump station, which really didn't make any sense anyway. But so the communities, frankly, were not really happy with the progress they had made. We let them know that. I will tell you, both Congressman Smith and Pallone's offices are on this. They're really, really pushing, both of them. I communicate with them, every couple of weeks about this. And the last was that we're trying to set up a meeting with the FEMA flood insurance program representative to find out where they're at. We also, Congressman Smith, Congressman Pallone's staff, and I met with a representative from Senator Booker's office as well. We went through this whole thing, explained to them the problem, explained to them how unfair it was for the residents of this area of the town to be paying exorbitant flood insurance rates when they never flood. And frankly, we never heard a word back from them. So I would suggest you to keep on Smith and Pallone's offices, although you can't criticize them for not trying. They really are trying. I would call both of our senators' offices and find out what their position is on this, our United States senators, I mean, and stay in touch, and I'll let you know. We're actively, just a couple days ago, I got an email from Pallone's office about trying to set up a meeting with a representative from FEMA. But we're working on it, we're pushing, but it's really not been a rewarding process so far.
We've actually put it on hold for a while too. We had a phone call from them.
Well, they did. they delayed the implementation
Yes.
of the rate increases, which is a good thing.
Yes.
That's going to run out at some point.
Yeah.
That's only going to last so long. So far, they've made really no meaningful progress.
So contact the senators, that's what you're saying, would.
I think
For
so.
residents,
They need, our congressmen need help from the senators that
Right.
represent this area, this little state, and I don't think they're getting it.
To be fair, I think Senator Menendez's office was much more up to speed, so he was down there a few times. I'd probably start there. He
Okay,
may be more receptive.
great. Thank you very much,
Okay,
everybody.
thanks, Howard. See you on Sunday.
Congratulations on your reelection.
Yeah, thank you.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
You too.
Thank you. Okay, is there anyone else who would like to speak? Seeing no further members of the public come forward, move to close the public portion and move for adjournment.
Second.
Mayor Masser.
Yes.
Mayor Sedambrino.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Bueller.
Yes.
Mayor Schaffenberger.
Yes.
Motion carries to adjourn.
Puzzle everything up, vote on it.